Hi everyone, Tam's here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about not reaching your goals and failing, even though you've written them all down and you religiously follow your bullet journal. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much. Before I get started, I did want to say thank you to any new subscribers. In February, I reached 1,500 subscribers, which is amazing, and thank you so much. And I am planning to do a Q&A video at some point, so if you have any questions you'd like for me to answer, please list them below in the description box. And I have been receiving letters in the mail with questions, so I have a few that I can start with, but if you're interested in that, please let me know and let me know what you'd like to talk about. Okay, failing and not meeting your goals. The reason for this video is I did have someone write me a letter last year, and they asked me to talk more about real life and just the day-to-day, keep it real, and somehow incorporate that into my videos. And I wasn't quite sure how to do all that without sounding whiny because we all have problems. But I thought maybe an interesting way to do that is to share how there are many times when I have failed and not met my goals, even though I'm one of these people that keeps notebooks and journals and lists and things to do, and I'm typically described as a type A personality. I am more than happy to share with you today that even people like me fail. We fail often. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with the fact that yes, I have shared how I do a mind map to set my goals each year. And typically my goals theme around wellness, self-care, that's very important to me, and financial and giving back. We'll just keep it that simple. And one of the reasons I am focusing so much on healthcare this year is because I failed miserably in both self-care and financial in late 2015 and all throughout 2016. Life became very stressful for various reasons that happen to all of us. And one of the big things is in trying for me to attain a goal that was over here, I had to sacrifice a lot that was over here. I changed careers midlife, which was a very big risk, and I knew all that, and I thought I had planned for it appropriately. But let's just say I did reach the new goal of changing careers, and I'm very happy, and I don't regret that at all. But the financial impact and the health impact was greater than I thought it was going to be. So, long story short, Murphy's Law took its toll in 2016, and basically whatever could happen did happen. And some things, yes, I did plan for, and I was very proud of myself for planning for those. But there were many things that I did not plan for, and let's just say things were very expensive. And then the other thing is I did not plan on the amount of stress that came in the amount of anxiety, and it just got away from me. And I ended up putting on weight because I dealt with it through comfort food. And I'm just a type of person where I cannot carry a lot of weight on my body. I have all those Western diet problems that we hear about, and plus genetically I'm predisposed to those things anyway, even without the extra weight. So I really have to keep weight off my body, and I just totally let it go in 2016, and it has taken its toll. So for 2017, my first priority was my health, and I do have a couple of successes to share with you. I did have to drastically change my diet and figure out a way to get in exercise. And I don't go to gyms. I don't really like gyms. So I had to figure out, I had to really use my creative juices to get all of this going. And as of this second week, we're going into the first full week in March. My goal has been to lose about a pound a week, and I have done that. I've lost about 12 to 15 pounds depending on which day I weigh, like most women. I don't really rely on the scale, but you know, I have been able to accomplish that, and I have been able to incorporate a creative way to get in my exercise, which I enjoy and it's fun. And, if you're interested in more of that, this isn't really a fitness and exercise channel, but I have been asked to do more vlogs, which is weird because I didn't think people were interested in vlogging. And if you are interested in what I'm doing, and I don't think it's the answer for everybody because I think you must find your own way of going about this. I believe in personalized healthcare. But if you'd like to see what I'm doing and some of the people that are inspiring me and helping me, I'll be happy to do a vlog on that later on. In the financial category, it's been a tough year so far. I had several weird things happen around my house in February, which cost money. Home repairs usually cost money, but it just seemed like everything broke or uh, just the strangest things happened. I actually had a black snake in my house for 8 days. It was a pretty long black garden snake. It was not poisonous, but it was quite large and it was quite disturbing. And I had to have people come help me. I had to pay a professional to come and look for this thing. It was the most bizarre, stressful, full of anxiety situation. And my dad finally came down from North Carolina and he got rid of the snake. But I lived with it for 8 days in my house. So just saying, a lot of things are beyond your control. And when all those things happen, because, they never happen at a nice pace that we can control, they always seem to happen all at once and it's overwhelming. And the only thing I can tell you there is this is when it's good to have good friends and family in your circle. I have been on this kind of find your tribe journey for quite a while. And several years ago, I started to say no to people that were very negative and try to just be around. And it's not always your immediate family. It's friends or it's neighbors or it's random people. It's if you're looking for those people to be in your life when these weird and not so good things happen, it's good to already have that tribe established and not be alone. So that's the only way I can tell you I got through that hurdle, and they will come. So there you go. You can take that as you will. The other thing that did help me all through last year when I was failing miserably at health and felt like I was failing at some financial goals, the journaling, which I've been sharing for over a year now, the journaling help in any type of creative outlet helps. So that is why I read a lot of books and did a lot of paper crafting and just tried to focus on simple, positive, creative outlets. Okay, and then the other area of my theme for my goals for 2017 is giving back. I have shared a little bit about this. I have chosen to give back in a different way, not necessarily monetarily, because I am on quite a budget right now to get to my financial goals, but giving back by trying to live more sustainably. I'm not a minimalist. I am not going to purge all my possessions because they do not bring me joy, but I do try to make sure what I have has purpose. I did do a house purge last year that was quite large. I think that's healthy to do that on a regular basis. And I have made a large, I have put in quite an effort to make sure what comes into my house from now on has a purpose and it's not just frivolous shopping. Because I think sometimes we shop for comfort, just like we eat for comfort. I think you can shop for comfort too and just accumulate a lot of stuff that really doesn't mean anything to you. And then I've worked really hard, as some of you guys have been watching, on the garden in my backyard to transform it into a large grassy area into a more natural, very small grass area into a natural wildlife habitat. Florida garden. It's been a creative challenge because I'm trying to make it look like a cottage garden with Florida native and Florida friendly plants, and it's been a wonderful learning experience and challenge, and it's just a way for me to do something very small to give back to the environment. So as far as that goal has been going, there wasn't a whole lot I could do in January and February, but I did share an update in my garden journal so you can see what little bit I was able to do. The bulk of the gardening in Florida really starts to happen in March, April, and through summer. In summer, it gets really hot here in Florida. It's hard to get outside. So the bulk of the planting and things like that will be done this month and next month. It was mostly just cleanup and things like that for January, February. I still have a ways to go on this garden project. I got about 60% of it done. I've got more to do. I'm taking it slow and I'm just doing it. I don't want it to become a chore and I don't want it to become uncontrollable and something that I can't manage. And yes, there have been failures in that category. I have planted things that have died. I've had to rip out plants. It's no one fast solution with gardening. Gardening really teaches you patience. It's extremely holistic. It's been one of the things that has saved me in this past year of a very stressful situation. But it's not something you can just go do one weekend and it be done and it look wonderful. It can be quite expensive, and I have been doing it the very frugal way. I get cuttings and seeds and hand-me-down plants and transplants and things like that. I get flowers off the clearance bins at Walmart and Lowe's. So it's definitely not something I could do in the course of one weekend. This is going to take me a few seasons to get it going. And there will always be maintenance, and there will always be plants that you love that die and things you'll have to rip up and move out. And there will always be weeds. So I hope that was a good example for you of how life just happens to all of us. And I'm trying to keep it real here. And just because I know there's tons of videos on planners and journals, and you have it. And I think that was a very good request by the person that wrote me the letter to, be real about all this. And just having a planner does not necessarily mean you're going to attain your goals, even if you're outgoing and you strive for things. Life happens, and it's what you do to overcome when you fail. And do you pick yourself up and do you keep going? And sometimes I do it slowly, sometimes I do it quickly. But usually the reason I am able to do it is because I have to not look at me doing everything all the time. I have to be open to the universe sending me a sign, a message, however you want to say it. It comes a lot of times from a phone call, a friend that wants to help you, a family member that says something encouraging. It comes from outside a lot. And so one of the dangers of being a type A planner nut, like I have been in the past, is you tend to think that you can do it all, and you can't. That's just a fact of life. And one of the things I started journaling a couple years back is I did start journaling what the universe was sending me. You can think about it like a gratitude journal, or just noting down things that happened that you really didn't have any control of, and not the bad things, but the good things that happen. So I hope this was helpful. Again, thank you if you're a new subscriber. I will go back to more crafting videos. And I know I have the perpetual moon calendar that people want to see how to make. I'm trying to figure out how to best do that. And then I do have the request for some more vlogs, and I'll try to figure out how to do that. And then again, I'm going to do a Q&A video. So if you want to leave me a question below, I will put it on the list and try to get it answered for you. Thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you joining me. Bye.